Hello, this is Jess. This is chat session number 152, April 1st, 2018. It's April Fool's Day, and it is Easter. We're going to go right into the tidbits of history. This is 1700. April Fool's tradition is popularized. No one knows the actual origin of the why it started. It remains a mystery to this day. There are theories, and I'm hearing something in the background going on. I guess late phone call for Anita from work or something. But we're going to get on with this. Sorry. One of the theories is that France, in I think it was 1563, some mandate, they said they were going to switch from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, and it went into effect in 1582. And of course, news traveled slowly back then, so a lot of people didn't get the memo, and they celebrated the New Year in March instead of January 1st, and so they became the laughing stock of France. You know, the people that didn't know about what was going on. And so that's one of the theories where that came from. Famous New Year, April Fool's jokes, or things that were put out. Taco Bell said they were going to purchase the Liberty Bell and name it the Taco Liberty Bell. In 1998, that was in 1996, by the way, the Taco Bell one. In 1998, Burger King had the left-handed Whopper, and in 1985, Sports Illustrated made up a pitcher, Sid Fitch, who could throw a fastball at 168 miles an hour. So that was some of the hoaxes over at the time. I'm sure there's a lot of other ones that I didn't check into or know about, but pretty good stuff. But April Fool's Day, Easter, watched Aiden out in the back area of the apartment complex here. Eggs were out and he was picking them up. Made a little video. It's already on my YouTube channel, which, by the way, you can subscribe to it anytime you'd like. But we went, I guess, Friday night to the city Easter egg hunt in the city park. It was fun, and boy, let me tell you, there was eggs all over the place, and those kids swept through like a, I don't know, it's like a bunch of, I don't know, but we were behind them, in front of them was tons of eggs, and when they went through there wasn't an egg anywhere. Boy, them kids were after it. And that was in Roxy's group, and they had Aiden's group somewhere else, and they also had we had Anita's sister Ellie was here, and Skylar, and she was in another age group, 12 and up or something like that. So there was 3 separate areas, but I stayed with Roxy, and man, those kids were going to town getting them eggs. But we also had Easter dinner here. We had brisket and baked beans, and trying to think of what else. Potato salad, and it was good. Now, I woke up early this morning. My head was pounding. I think I ate a lot of Chinese food the night before, and I think they used MSG or something. My head was pounding, and throughout the day I was waking up, and my head was still hurt, but I did manage to go out and watch him hunt the eggs and try to eat a little bit. But earlier on, I was sick, man. I was out in the bathroom a lot. You know, that MSG, whatever it was, The food was great. I had a lot of, way too much. The food was great, but I think it just had something in it that made my head just hurt. But anyway, enough about that. And the tidbits of history. About April Fool's Day. It's appropriate. Bands that begin with the letter X. I honestly could only think of one. X-Ray, a band from Japan, I believe. There's others. I even I cheated. I googled to look up, and all the bands they had listed, I didn't know them, so I wasn't going to use them anyway. I just wanted to see what was out there, but the only one I could think of on the top of my head was X-Ray. And there's other ones I know. I know there is. Just not. I mean, I thought about it for a while, but X-Ray was all I could come up with. So Neil, if you're going to school me on that, you can go right ahead. I couldn't think of any. It was tough. All right. Well, on to other stuff. Like I said, Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. It was an action-packed weekend. I came off of working Thursday, 7 in the morning till 2 in the morning, and then went back to work Friday at 7. And got off at 12:30, and I've been going nonstop. Ellie, like I said, Nita's sister came down with daughter and the whole thing, and I went from all the way through the night. I mean, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep this weekend. Now I did today because I had a major headache, but it was a good fun time. Until today, my head hurting and stuff, but it was a good time. The brisket was good. It was slow cooked overnight. I put it about on 200 in the oven and just spiced it up real good, and it was good. Everything was good. Nita made potato salad, real good stuff. And Alex brought a chocolate cake, and that was good too. We had Israel, Aiden, Anita, Alex, and me for the dinner. And like I said, they went out and hunted Easter eggs in the apartment today, so he had fun. Got a lot of candy and stuff, some dollars to put in his piggy bank, that kind of thing. But anyway, back to this. It's a good time to reevaluate our emotional stance on ideologies, maybe to at least examine the pros and the cons, and that's a hard thing to do when you've been on something and it's the only way there is. You have to actually critically think about it, and you may not change your mind at all, but you need to at least be honest with yourself and determine if that fear or that hatred of somebody else that thinks differently than you is worth it. It does nothing to serve the needs of mankind. It just brings distress and craziness and violence. And hang on a second. What's happening?
Go to work.
What happened?
I guess Henry walked out and nobody at the store.
Which store?
The little one.
Sorry. Nita's the second in charge. The owner of the franchisee went on a vacation to Galveston. Apparently it's nighttime. Like I said, it's about 11:40, and apparently somebody walked out, so they left Anita to go up, get out. If she was asleep, she went to bed at 9:30 or so. So she got a great hour and a half sleep, and then now she's gone. They called her, said no one's at the store, so sorry about that. It's unfortunate because she is tired. She would have liked to have slept, but she does her job, so that's that. But anyway, it's just a individual effort to this is something to change how things are in our lives. In my opinion, you have to start with yourself and the honesty that you have within yourself to determine how you want to be towards people around you, family, friends, people that don't know you, different things, different situations, different emotions. I understand that, but hatred could be really detrimental to any efforts of any kind of big change, because hatred is meant to divide and slow down the progression, to stall it out with thoughts that are made up in our minds, because of what we saw, what we heard, what we, different stimuli. I mean, I just don't think it has to be that way. Maybe I'm naive. Maybe hatred's part of what our society's about, but I just am one of those. I'm not gonna do it. I get angry with people. I get upset with people, but I'm not a hate. I'm not hate infused. I'm not part of the assimilation of that. I don't understand it half the time. I mean, I can understand, situations, wars, different things. People hate each other because they've been fighting for all these years, but sometimes that has to stop too. Somebody has to make the first step and say, look, I'm not fighting anymore. And we need to quit killing each other, that kind of stuff. I mean, I understand the depth of the world and how long it's been here and the people that are on it and how many people have been killed by other people and all that stuff. But it's up to the individual to determine, what's the cost, what's the worth of hatred. And I think if we just all self-examined ourselves in that arena of our mind, that life could be a lot better for all of us. It's just an opinion. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm wrong, but that's just an opinion that I have about how I feel towards other people. I just don't have the hatred. Have I in my life? You bet I have, probably so. But there's, it's an everyday effort. It's an improvement that you have to decide you're going to make on yourself to not hate. And that's a hard thing in this society that we live in, with all the different people taking sides and saying stuff about other people and causing all this turmoil. And that's where hatred gets its grounds. So, just my opinion on stuff. I think that it's a erroneous human trait, hatred, but I understand it's there. This is just chat session number 152. I'm keeping on. Have a great Sunday evening, almost getting ready to be Monday. I work at 7 a.m., so I'm going to get out of here and try to get some rest and try to find out what's going on with Anita. Have a great evening. Bye.